What's that? I'm reading these old folk tales from before Christianity went through Europe, and man, have we come a long way. Yeah? What did they believe? Okay, so here's one where they thought that if your child started behaving differently, like if they seemed emotionally distant, or maybe they knew more than they should, or they didn't play with other kids, and a bunch of other things, then they were thought to have been stolen by fairies and replaced with a changeling child. So what if you were a parent and you suspected your child of being a changeling, but you weren't sure? So, okay, there's a few methods. One was to have a screaming match with the changeling, arguing for it to give you your child back. Another was to put the child in a cook pot over the fire to try to get the changeling to behave in some strange manner that would give it away. Or another common method was to just give it a good old-fashioned beating and make it confess. Holy hell. So what did people do when they were convinced the child was a changeling? Okay, so it looks like they either released the child back into the woods to go live with the fairies. So they killed the child. Yeah. Or they killed the child. How recently did people still believe this? Oh, so the Christians adopted the belief of changelings, and their practices continued as recently as the 1800s, where in one instance, a woman drowned a 4-year-old boy who couldn't stand or speak. She was acquitted of murder on the grounds that she was trying to drive the fairy out of him. Yeah, thank God we know that autism isn't caused by fairies now. Wait, autism? Yeah, like, good thing we don't think some sort of magical spell called, like, vaccinus causes autism. Vaccines. I mean, imagine if we thought that autism didn't exist hundreds of years ago, but instead was caused by secular science trying to steal our children away from us in some vast conspiracy plot. Could you believe the kind of laws and government we would have if it was led by superstition and fear rather than science and personal autonomy? Yeah. It's a good thing our culture has evolved enough to have complete separation of church and state, because we sure have come a long way.